Wondercon 2010, an epilogue. As a lot of you know, I went to Wondercon this year, and I have to say it was quite possibly one of the best experiences of recent memory. I got to meet some of my favorite writers, I got to meet some of my favorite artists, actually some personal heroes of mine. It was an absolute blast. I went for the entire weekend. I got there Thursday around midday, and I left Sunday a little early. I had to leave a panel early, one that had Axel Alonso in it. A lot of you don't recognize the name. That's the editor of the Deadpool books, and he said, if you don't like there's so many Deadpool books, just stop buying them. And you know, he's absolutely right. And I for one am glad I'm not a completionist anymore, because there were like 5 books that came out today with Deadpool appearances in them. So I'm really glad that. But there were also so many fun events to go to. They had lots of like game premieres, sneak footage of movies, a kick-ass feature, and just lots of fun stuff to do there. It seems weird, but I really enjoyed being interviewed by 2 of the administrators of the website, comicvine.com. Comicvine.com is a website that I frequent a lot for, comic book news, for reviews, movie news, what have you. And I've been going to this site for years, and to be interviewed myself, I don't know, it's just like a small personal victory. One was a video they were doing about Cable, and since I was cosplaying as Deadpool, they interviewed me to get his perspective on Cable and his origin. And of course I just gave them nothing but nonsense. If you want to check out that video, it is on comicvine.com. They have a link about WonderCon. You can find that video and the other video I'm in, which is the floor interviews video. Actually, the story behind that was someone else was being interviewed, and the guy would call me out, and so, being the dick that I am, I went and crashed his interview and basically took it over. Again, I was in the Deadpool costume, so of course it seemed like the logical thing to do. So I got interviewed by 2 of the administrators of that website. They're both absolutely great people. Tony and Babs of comicvine.com. Really nice. If you haven't been to comicvine.com, check it out, guys. It's a great site. But I have to say, the absolute best part of WonderCon, and I know this is going to sound lame, but the best part about WonderCon was getting to meet the other members of the Deadpool Corps that were there. Myself, Nate, Oscar Alonso, he does the Moment with Kang videos, and Marvel Office. Marvel Office is a great show, Oscar. Keep it up. If you haven't checked out his channel, what are you doing? Go do it. It's great. And then there was Matt Hammock. He does the Deadpool podcast of Mercs and Mutants. Easily the best Deadpool podcast there is. You can get reviews, you can get upcoming news. He's going to have an interview with Victor Gischler. I highly recommend checking him out too. Yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of plugs in this video, but they're important. And then there was also Tala Silver. Tala Silver got sick Saturday, so we didn't get to see as much of her as we would have liked. What can you do? And then her friend Kit, partner in crime. We also didn't see much of her. She was working. It sucked, but not anything you can do about it now. But another part that I absolutely loved was that this was a chance for me to get to meet fans of the show, of the Deadpool show. And people recognized me without me having to introduce myself. Nate was wearing a t-shirt. He had a Making Star Wars Funny t-shirt, and he had a Deadpool and Friends t-shirt. Great idea, Nate. I wish I'd thought of that. It's great for publicity. He did all these interviews with people. I'm sure they're going to go check out his videos now. He plugged me too, but I don't think they're going to check out my stuff, because who can remember M. Galusic? Why did I make that my username? But, yeah, so I will say something that caught me as a surprise was going to WonderCon and people recognizing me. Not as Deadpool, mind you. I did get a lot of, ooh, it's Spider-Man. I got at least a dozen before the con even started. But people recognized me as M. Galusic or even Mike Galusic in some cases. And that felt good because that means people are watching the show, people are enjoying it, people are tuning in. I was out of my element and far away from home. These are people I don't know, and they recognize me from the show. And that, to me, says that the show is making an effect that people are remembering it. In essence, WonderCon was absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to do it again. There was so much to do, so many people to see. I missed some of it, but I'm going to try my best to not miss any next year. It's not going to happen. There's too much going on to not miss anything. But I hope to go again next year. I hope more of the members of the Corps go next year. I hope more of the fans go next year. And I hope you go next year. It's an absolute blast. If you've never been to a convention before, and there's one near you, go to one. You'll have a good time. And if you don't want to dress up, that's fine. Lots of people don't dress up, but if you have a costume, it's so much fun to cosplay. And you make people's day by taking pictures with them. So why not?